Good morning, students. This is Seth Vidya Mandir, English High School and Junior College of Science and Commerce. This is the HSC Online Audio Video Lecture Series. I'm Beena Raikar, your OC teacher, and today I'm starting with the fifth chapter, Emerging Modes of Business. Okay, so this is the first video that I'm putting it up, and today's topic what I'm going to teach you is e-business. All of you have seen your parents buying things for you at different times. They may have gone to different shops for different goods. Today, the world of shopping has changed so drastically that one need not go to any shop for purchase of goods. All you need is a basic computer with an internet facility. The goods can be purchased on the internet, payment can be made through the internet, and the goods are physically delivered at your doorstep. This is what we meant by emerging modes of business. Okay, and the modes of business are e-business, online transactions, and outsourcing. These are the latest modes of business that we come across. Now let's see what e-business means. E-business means using the internet to connect people and processes. It allows you to work across the globe in any field. It opens new doors to customers around the world. So also in business. Improves efficiency, increases profit, and provides better customer services of business. E-business is a web enabling existing business processes to conduct transactions over the internet. E-business establishes more closer and responsive relationship with partners, employees, and suppliers. It connects, adapts, and integrates IT system so companies are able to manage their business efficiently. Now let's see what you mean by the meaning of e-business. The term e-business, that is electronic business, is derived from the two terms email and e-commerce. It is the administration of conducting business via the internet, and it includes buying and selling of goods and services along with providing technical or customer support through the internet. The concept of e-business emerged from IBM coined in the late 90s. The purpose was to provide buyers a platform on the internet to buy and sell goods. E-commerce refers to buying and selling online, while e-business encompasses all business conduct online. E-commerce is a branch of e-business. Let's see the scope of e-business. The scope of e-business is not restricted to only online shopping. It also includes online stock transactions and the use of software. In India, till now business is managed through traditional methods. But now many businesses are becoming aware of the advantages of e-business and are incorporating this into their strategies. It also helps in better communication between business houses and makes purchasing easier for large organizations. Almost every type of business functions, that is production, finance, marketing, and personal administration, such as planning, organizing, controlling, can be carried out over computer networks. Various business and payments apps popularly known in e-business transactions are PhonePe, Google Pay, Swiggy, Ola. I think you are all aware of this, right, students? Now let me explain you the difference between e-business and traditional business. E-business is easy to form, whereas traditional business takes a lengthy and complicated procedure to form. E-business is very nominal cost. It takes the setting up cost of e-business is very nominal, whereas the setting up cost of traditional business is huge. Risk involved is in e-business high risk involved as there is no direct contact between the parties, and in traditional business less risk is involved. The scope of e-business covers entire world and so scope is very vast. Traditional business is limited to particular area, so scope is limited. Customer interaction. In e-business there is absence of face-to-face interaction, whereas in traditional business face-to-face interaction is possible. In e-business physical inspection of goods is not possible, whereas in traditional business goods can be purchased physically before purchase. The resource focus is on the demand side, whereas in traditional business resource focus is on the supply side. In e-business delivery of goods takes time. In traditional business delivery of goods is instant. Usage, it saves valuable time. E-business saves valuable time, whereas traditional business, since it is ancient and still in usage, where the digital network is not reachable. Accessibility is available round the clock, whereas in traditional business the accessibility is only during the limited time. Scope, we talk about scope here. More business can be done easily without any hassles, and it is difficult to perform more business in this traditional business. Okay, so basically students, what is e-business and what is traditional business is, traditional business takes more time, okay, to the that's so that the goods reach to you, but the plus point is that it is a risk, the risk is less. You can see the goods, you can touch the goods, then you can have face-to-face interaction with traditional business, whereas e-business, of course, you get the goods, the delivery of the goods is very fast, you get the resources, you get the information very fast, but there's always a risk since there's no face-to-face interactions, okay, and there's no direct contact with the party, so the risk is a high risk involved in e-business. Now students, let's go to the difference between e-commerce and e-business. E-commerce involves commercial transactions done over internet, whereas e-business is conduct of business processes. Okay, then e-commerce is subset of e-business. E-business is superset of e-commerce. E-commerce just involves buying and selling of products and services, whereas e-business includes all kinds of resale and post-sale efforts. E-commerce is a narrow concept, whereas e-business is a broader concept. E-commerce is more appropriate in business to consumer context, whereas e-business is used more in the context of business to business transactions. And e-commerce involves a mandatory use of internet, whereas e-business involves the use of internet, intranet and the extranet. So these are the basic two different distinguish which you should know. Now let's come to the 6 directions. Okay, that is the electronic transactions. When we have networks, there are 6 directions which business firms use. First one, it is business to business, business to consumer, consumer to business, consumer to consumer, business to administration and consumer to administration. These are the 6 directions. Now let's come to the first one, business to business. Now what this means is transactions between business firms come under this category. In this form, the buyer and sellers are both business entities, and both these business firms interact with each other for a variety of services. Hence, it is business to business. The transactions between business firms, okay, come under this category. They interact with each other. This includes supplying ancillary parts, components to manufacturers, providing value-added services like catering, and also providing manpower. Now, for example, I've shown you picture of this car. See, there are so many small components in making a car. These small components, these ancillary parts, are made by small businessmen and then they are sent to a bigger businessman. So that this is the reason it is business to business. Then business to consumers. Consumers identify a need. They search for the product and services to satisfy the need. Okay, so customers select a vendor and negotiates a price. Then a customer receives the products, makes payments. Okay, as the name implies, it is business to consumers, that is business firms and consumers. Firms use the site for marketing activities. It includes promotion, product information, review about the product, service, delivery of the product at the doorstep. The cost of products and services is kept very low. Okay, and the speed of transaction is also fast. Firms, they use for the reviews of about the product, the services and delivery of the product. The cost of products is very low. Okay, now you have examples, that is flipkart.com. I think many of you have used it, so you know what is flipkart.com, right? It is business to consumers. The next one is consumers to business. In an electronic transaction, the consumer requests a specific service from the business. So what happens is the consumer requests a specific service from the business person. This enables buyers to quote their own price for specific goods. The consumer sets a budget and the company reviews the customer's requirements and bids out the project. For example, pest control services, taxi services, doorstep food delivery. Okay, that is a customer, a consumer is given his own rights. Okay, he selects buyers which fits his own criteria, that is he selects his own goods, he selects a price at what he wants the goods, and accordingly a lot of range of business are being shown to the consumers, and then the consumer picks up his own. For example, pest control services, there are so many pest control services, so the consumer selects one out of those 100 pest control services. Similarly, taxi services, your doorstep food delivery, etc. Okay, the consumer has a right to select. The fourth one is consumer to consumer. Okay, this is a transaction of goods and services between two people. Okay, it involves electronic facility transactions between consumers through some third party. Okay, the sites are only intermediate just to match the consumer. Internet allows a lot of space for consumers groups to be formed. That today there are a number of websites where consumers can buy and sell goods like books, apparels, electronic goods, fashion jewelry, etc. Here consumer buys and sells goods and services to other consumers. The internet offers a lot of scope for this activity. And these forums are very interactive. And a redressal of complaints is also possible through such groups. That is, for example, eBay. The fifth one is business to administration. Okay, for example, you have to do registration of companies, payment of taxes, getting permits. So all this is done nowadays by your online. Okay, so businessmen to administration. And the next one is consumer to administration. That is, nowadays we getting passports, Aadhaar card, right students? Yeah, this is through online. So that is the reason we say consumers to administration. That is, the consumer goes to the administration model, encompasses all electronic transactions conducted between individuals and public administration. So you can get everything online nowadays. So what are the benefits of e-business? The benefits are easy of formation, lower investment requirements, convenience, speed, global access, movement towards paperless society, government support, and easy payment. These are the benefits of e-business. Let's see what it means. First one, the formation of traditional business is difficult, whereas to form e-business is very easy to start. Then the investment requirement is low. Why it is low? Because it works on internet. Now in traditional business, if the store is not available physically, it is not available. So how can you sell things? Whereas over here, it's not like that. It depends on the network. Similarly, third is internet offers the convenience of all round the days of the year. Okay, there's 24 by 7 by 365 days a year. Business goes on any time. There's flexibility is available. So e-business is a business that is enabled and enhanced by electronics and offers the advantage of accessing anything, anywhere, anytime. And the fourth one, speed. Just internet allows at the click of a mouse. Selling and buying takes place. Exchange of information is done just by clicking mouse, that is in seconds. Global access. Internet is without boundaries. On one hand, it allows the seller to access the global market. On the other hand, it offers freedom to the buyer to choose products. Okay, so no need of face-to-face interaction between buyer and seller. Okay, so e-business gives opportunity to both a buyer and a seller. For seller, it gives an access to global market. Coming, same thing to the buyer. It gives a lot of range of variety of products for the buyer to buy. The movements to a paperless society. Okay, use of internet has reduced paperwork. Recording and references are all done easy. Then government has provided favorable environment for the setting up of e-business. And payment is e-business is done by credit card, debit card, fund transfer, and it's available round the clock. You can do it at any point of time. Now let's come to the limitations. The limitations are lack of personal touch, delivery time, security issues, government interference, high risk. Since e-business lacks personal touch, we cannot see each other, we cannot meet each other, we cannot talk to each other. Similarly, before purchasing anything, we cannot touch the product. Okay, so we cannot check the quality of the products, we just can see the product. Delivery time. In traditional business, you get the product as soon as you buy it, but this doesn't happen in online. It takes time. So sometimes this time lag discourages customers. Okay. Amazon ensures one-day delivery, but some other apps don't do it. Then you have security issues, because since you're you have a transaction of money online, you use your debit card, you use your credit card, so it is easier for hackers to get your financial details. And government interference. Government monitoring is always there, and some feel it is interference in the business. And the last one is high risk, because there's no direct contact between parties, and in case of frauds it becomes very difficult for a legal action. Okay, so here we have gone through the benefits and the limitations of e-business. Benefits are ease of formation, lower investment requirements, convenience, speed, global access, movement towards paperless society, government support, easy payment. And we had limitations as lack of personal touch, delivery time, security issues, government interference, high risk. This is a revision of the benefits and limitations of e-business, and we had also seen those 6 directions in which a business firm can do. The transactions can go on. First was business to business, business to consumers. Third was consumers to business. Fourth was consumers to consumers. Fifth was business to administration. Sixth was consumer to administration. Okay. Thank you, students.